Hey, folks, we are live again on a Sunday. Sunday was we kind of set it aside to be a playtest day, to be just a odd game day, just whatever, just a fun sort of day. So today I am going to run an old favorite of mine that I never got to run too much, and it's kind of a very obscure game as well. It's called Darkly Through the Labyrinth. Um, it was by Abstract Nova, and it is you're playing FBI agents. The book is set in the 80s. I'm going to put that up a little bit more into the 90s because I want it right around the millennium. So 1999 is when our agents and this is going to take place. There is no supernatural elements in the game, but it will sure feel like it. All the evils are man-made in this game. And your FBI agents are part of the BSU, the behavioral units of the FBI, who does criminal profiling of things like mass murderers and cultists. Yeah. So it's going to be a light comedic game right off the bat. I kid. Yeah. Chuck, have you got a name for your character tonight?
Yeah, I'm playing Scott Malloy, the smart-ass wily. He's got more muscle than more brawn than brain, but yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go over what the game mechanics are, and we'll build Brad's character as we go along. So just when I ask you guys, you just give me a name and a little bit about them. We don't need to go into game details just yet. So John, who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Mike Klemp, and Mike is on the shorter side. He is only 4 foot tall and bald.
Oh, so that's an actual small person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, bald is good. It means he's got lots of testosterone.
It does.
That's what that always means.
Nice hat, Bert.
Jake, who do you got tonight?
I'll be playing Glenn Keaton, who is a boring man.
Oh, so you're the perfect agent. You blend in everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. Brad, come up with a name for a nice FBI agent in the 90s.
Rhett Declan.
Yeah. All right.
It was either become a special agent or a private investigator. Rhett Declan, PI.
With a name like that, but yeah.
Maybe a career change if things go south with the FBI gig.
Yeah, as soon as OnlyFans comes about, you're going to be right on that. All right, so you should have a character sheet, and we're going to build your character. Everyone else kind of got a jump start, but I didn't actually go over what it all meant, so we'll do that with you as well. So, Brad, if you can open up your character sheet there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to start in the section that says methods. It's ingenuity, instinct, and resolve. Do you see those on the left-hand side there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you get to choose your distribution. Neutral means you have D6s in all three of those. Focused is a D8, a D6, and a D4, or imbalanced, a D10, a D4, and a D4. So you choose, and then you fill in those.
I'm going to do focused.
Focused, okay. So what's going to be your D8? Ingenuity, instinct, or resolve?
Ingenuity.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm doing D8, D6, D4 right down the line.
Okay.
Ingenuity D8, instinct D6, and resolve D4.
Right. This is your primary stat, and this is essentially what you're going to be rolling to get things done. They are your method. So it's not, so you choose if you're trying to use your brain to figure something out or do something. Forcefulness is your resolve. If you're going by the gut or going by feel, that's what instinct is. Now you'll see underneath each one of those, though, there is a specific skill that's always tied to that particular attribute. So ingenuity is profiling, hunch is under instinct, and courage is under resolve. You'll see there's a bunch of bubbles next to those.
Yes, sir.
This is how your attributes improve. So you're going to start with a number of bubbles filled in equal to half your die size. So your D8 would be 4 filled in. And all you have to do is click the fourth bubble from going from the left forward. It'll fill them all in for you.
Nice.
And just do that for instinct and resolve.
Yes, sir.
So your methods are how you go about doing the thing. Okay, you got 3 methods to use. The next thing you have is your training. On the right-hand side there, it's academics, defense, and field work. Each one has a number of skills beneath it. And you're going to choose which of those 3 is your primary, your secondary, and your tertiary.
All right. Academics will be primary
Mhm.
with the focus in forensics. I'm thinking defense will be. Go ahead.
Don't do the focuses just yet.
Okay.
I'll
Sorry.
get to explaining that.
So academics primary, defense tertiary, and field work secondary.
Perfect. All right. Now you can pick 3 of those skills, and they don't have to be one in each category. They don't have to be all your primary, secondary, or tertiary. Just pick any 3 and just click on the little square so that you know you took it.
Okay. Then I'm going to do forensics, firearms, and research.
Okay, those are good. Now go to the top of the sheet.
Yes,
Right
sir.
after difficulty, it has quality. This is an adjective that describes your character to a person who may have just met you or may know you a little bit. The first thing that comes to mind when your name is said in the water cooler area. Like, are you handsome? Are you agile? Are you smarmy? Are you weaselly? It's an adjective that kind of sums you up.
Huh.
You can just type it in the box there. And while you're thinking, I'm going to roll a banner because I've got a Kickstarter that's going on right now. And there, watching. If you haven't already, we've got a Weird Frontiers. The next module is out on the Kickstarter right now. We're 4 days in. We're 60% to the goal. Of course, there are 2 stretch goals. One is the module in traditional print, which will be a much nicer module than just a print on demand. And the last stretch goal is a whole second adventure. So 2 adventures under 1 cover if we can manage it. So yeah, we've got nearly a full month to get that done. So head on over, check it out. Shameless capitalism out of the way.
Yeah.
Huzzah!
It will return.
Yes, it will. And you can never get rid of it. It is shameless capitalism after all.
It's true.
Whew. Okay, I'm going to attempt to thread a needle, and I'm going to have a quality of deadpan.
Deadpan. Okay, so you're
All right.
you're the okay. All right, I get it. I like it.
So
next.
kind of dry-witted straight man.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure you'll have your comedic relief amongst the other 3. So next you have specialties. There's a primary, a secondary, and a tertiary. Now, these are specific skills. There is a list, but you're also free to just write in some as well. The particular skills that they give you, though, are things like lockpicking, occult knowledge, criminology, forensics, law, psychology, sociology. Basically, any of the sciences could be one. Tracking, religious studies, mythology, medicine. Medicine's a good one.
Let's see if I'm doing forensics.
Page 18 has 17 and 18 has the list, but you're welcome just to pick 3 of anything specialized skill that you think. Pop culture might be a useful one. I'm surprised that one wasn't in there.
Let's see. I'm a deadpan forensic scientist. So
Knowledge of heavy metal, music.
I'm thinking physics.
Physics is a good one. Sure.
Yeah.
And just pick if it's a primary, secondary, or tertiary.
Okay.
So study of bugs, entomology.
Entomology. That's really sad that I just knew that. I'm surprised I've kissed a girl, frankly.
You're on this kind of stream. It's a surprise to everyone.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. And a secondary. Let's see. Whew. Hell's bells, Margaret.
Oh, and again, a little bit. So this is 1999, late 90s, going into the millennium.
Okay. I'm going to do tracking as my secondary
Good one.
and tertiary medicine.
Okay, yeah. All good. All right, now, if you go to the bottom of the page, you see major and minor scars. So because every FBI agent is somehow a broken individual, you must have a scar. You
Sure.
don't have to have a major one. You can choose to have a minor one. A major one has game implications.
Yeah.
And these are like an addiction. You can be an alcoholic. You can have anger management issues. There are some examples there. Minor ones are like, you don't sleep so well. You have nightmares. Taking a major one has this game effect. Once per session, if I think it might come up or be interesting, I can tag it, making a thing you're trying to accomplish much harder. But if you do actually accomplish it, it gives you benefits.
Can I take a major scar of PTSD?
You can. You absolutely can.
Okay.
And that is the character sheet. Now, let me explain the system. The system is very simple. The die that you use to try and accomplish things is going to be whatever your ingenuity, instinct, or resolve, or collectively your method is. Whatever method you're trying to use to do the thing. That is what you're rolling to do the thing. You're also going to roll a difficulty die. The difficulty die is going to range from a D4 to a D20, and that subtracts from your method die. Now, at the top, it tells you that like your training, if one of your primary training comes into effect, it reduces the difficulty die by that number of die steps. So it's a step up, step down system. Okay. The only thing that affects what you roll, though, is your quality. If your quality makes sense in what you're trying to do, you'll see that there's a little square there. If you click that, it will bump up whatever you roll a die size. Okay. That is the only thing that influences what you actually get to roll to accomplish things. Everything else reduces the difficulty. Okay. The small skills under the training, whenever those come up, you may further reduce the difficulty by one more level. You get everything else and then plus this if it comes into effect.
Okay.
All right. And the rest of it is up there as well. Your specialties. Primary specialty drops the difficulty by 2 steps, a secondary by 1. Tertiaries do nothing, but it allows you to do the thing. So your tertiary, for instance, was medicine. Well, if somebody's got a sucking chest wound, everyone else is just going to stand around and say, well, he's a goner.
Well, that sucks.
But somebody that has medicine, even if it's tertiary, knows what they can do about this very inconvenient thing. And so you get to roll. All right.
Okay.
On the sheet that I put together here, if you're going to roll something, you decide your method. You click the button. First, having clicked the little square next to quality, if you think your quality deserves to be represented, you click the top where it says difficulty. After you've stepped up or down the difficulty, you choose it there. It's a drop-down box. And then when you roll, say, ingenuity, it'll pop up with what you end up with. Okay. You just need a positive number to succeed at things. Just succeeding by 1 is a success.
Okay.
A 0 is a push. You don't necessarily fail, but you don't necessarily get anywhere either. Okay.
Now looking on the sheet, composure, vitality, they're set at
Okay, so
D20.
these are your health meters. Your composure and vitality start at D20.
Okay.
As you take damage, physical damage comes off of vitality, you start dropping dice sizes.
Yeah.
Composure is your mental fortitude. You start dropping dice sizes as things happen. Fortitude is a special thing. Fortitude is basically your bennies or your luck in this game. It starts at a D4, and every session that you go through, it increases in size. And once you hit D20, you get a second die. And what this is one time during the session, unless you have multiple dice, and you have failed, you can re-roll what you just failed, but instead of using your method die, you replace it with your fortitude die. So it's still not got a great chance of passing with a D4 to start with, but the more competent you become, the more likely it is that second roll will help.
Makes sense.
Okay. All right. So 1999, you guys are in Langley. You are part of the BSU, the Behavioral Studies Unit of the FBI. You get called in for out of the ordinary, strange cases. Sometimes it is mass murderers where the murders are crossing state lines. Sometimes it is cult activity. And with the millennium on the rise, it's just a month away. It's November. With the millennium coming, there are a lot of people that believe that it's all going to come to an end. And so why not? Why not do bad things? Why not? So the reason you all have either a minor or a major scar to begin with is because you've been doing this for a little while. You've seen what really horrible things that people can do just because they're people. Yeah. Hanging around the coffee depot in the office, it's really lousy coffee. It's a percolator. It's not even pour over. It's just bad coffee. But it's coffee, and it keeps you energized. Your team lead has just been given a folder. Who's the team lead?
Mike.
Mike Klimt, team lead.
Now, just to point out, Mike is in the coffee area. There's definitely little tables, like shitty little plastic chairs. Mike is sitting on a chair, got his little legs popped up on another chair. He's taking up 2 chairs because he may be short of stature, but he'll take up some space.
He likes to spread to make himself seem bigger. Yeah. That's it. Griffin in chat, yes, this is definitely a Criminal Minds sort of game. I think written well before that was a thing on air, though. But yeah. This is a fairly old game. Mike, you've just been given a folder. The way the BSU works is you are assigned task forces. And who's recruited into each one just sort of depends on where it's going, who's available, and who has just the right skills for it. Although this group of 4 of you have had a really good closure rate. So you get called on a lot, especially for the really freaky cases, of which this is one. You have just been given this folder. You're told tickets are in there. You're going to be flying out tonight in a few hours. Everything we know is in there. You're heading out to a little community in the New River Valley of Virginia. So far, there have been 3 killings. It has crossed state lines, as one body was found in Tennessee and one was found in Kentucky. The most latest was in Virginia, New River Valley.
All right. Well, let's try not to be so great at this one, so we get a break for a change. But pack your shit.
Yeah, you guys have go bags. You travel a lot. We will cut to the plane as you guys are en route. It's a short hop. You're not very far. Arlington to New River Valley is not much time at all. On the plane, you are doing the brief, Mike. As you pull out some photographs of the crime scenes, what stands out to you is that the 3 victims, 2 male, 1 female, the 1 male in his 20s, perhaps late 20s, all 3 are unidentified, as all licenses, registrations, and any kind of way to figure out who the person is was removed from the scene. Pictures have not been circulated yet because they don't know if they're dealing with a spree killer, a serial killer, or not. So that is being held from the press. The press doesn't have wind of this yet. Although the most recent person killed, 19-year-old woman in Virginia, there were some possible witnesses, and there are starting to be people get nosy about it. So 20-year-old male, teenage female, the other male was in his 50s. They don't have who they are yet. The older male was killed in Kentucky. The woman here in Virginia. The other one is in Tennessee. There are 3 days apart. Each of the bodies have been posed. The most recent one, the woman was laid out on her back, arms at directly across from one another, legs together, head straight up. The man was posed like this. One hand up at noon, one hand over here at 9.
Okay.
And the last one was straight up and over here to 6. As like you were looking at the phases of a clock. They were all disfigured, which is another reason why they've not got exact who they are yet. Their faces were burned.
Ooh.
Fingerprints, fingers were cut off.
Teeth removed.
Teeth not removed. Unfortunately, getting dental records for folks in this particular area, not especially useful.
Hmm.
A lot of folks never been to a dentist.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And that's all they know. As far as they know, there is no connection. The age groups are varied. They assume that since the modus operandi is the same, it's the same killer, but they don't know that for sure either. The latest crime scene is fresh, an hour ago.
Okay. So it was 50-year-old male, then the 20-year-old male, then the female?
They don't know the order. The first 2 bodies, they were discovered within 3 days of each other.
Okay.
Coroner's reports haven't gotten back yet because, unlike TV shows, that doesn't happen quickly.
No.
Latest one though was discovered just an hour ago. They don't have a time of death yet, or at least it's not in your folder.
Okay.
If we were to look at a map of where these deaths took place, would it be possible to drive within a day to each of the points?
That would be a roll. That would be ingenuity.
Yes, sir.
You have a map aboard, and it would
Okay.
indeed be a map being the late 90s. You could actually have a laptop, but we'll say old-fashioned map. At the top, make the difficulty a D6. Just pop the D6 in there. Your quality, I don't think, really fits into this. What is your quality again? Deadpan? No, that doesn't fit.
No.
And this is definitely going to be in academics. And what is your academics? Primary, tertiary?
Primary forensics.
Okay, so it's going to reduce the difficulty to a D4.
Okay.
You can't go below a D4. There's always at least a D4. So once you've got the difficulty set, go ahead and push the button where it says ingenuity, and that should roll for you. If I program this right.
Oh, cancel. Ingenuity.
Okay, it's a push. It's even up. You're unsure because looking at it, if you took the most direct routes, it would take you through a lot of back roads, a lot of old country roads. It would actually create, even though it's the straightest route, it would be more time between. If you took the interstates, you could roughly reach each spot within 2 hours, but you'd have to use the interstate. So you're unsure.
But it seems the most likely. If it were one killer,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
time is of the essence.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we got a 6-day spread on this.
Yeah.
So that's plenty of time
That's
to get
fair.
between
That's
these
fair.
spots. I guess the question that I would have to lead us off on this: 3 bodies. There was the woman who was just found,
Mm-hmm. The younger woman was just found.
the younger woman, and her arms were in the high noon position.
She was noon and 9.
Or no.
Okay, noon and 9. I was just thinking, does it have something to do with, young, middle-aged, old in the time of day?
Yeah.
But
So there is a roll for this. This is an instinct roll. It's called hunch.
Okay.
And hunch falls under. So hunch always has a specific training that goes with it. Let me pull this up here because I don't remember it offhand. Hunch goes with. Yeah, there you go. Oh, why don't you? Come on, move screen. Come on. Instinct is always the governing. So,
Okay.
so it's under it. Instinct is what you'll be rolling for that, and the skill is going to be, well, it depends. You can actually choose the training that most fits. So you're looking at a scene or you're looking at information. So probably academics in this case.
Okay. All right.
It is, so Hunch starts at a D8. So under academics, what is that for you? Is it your tertiary?
Tertiary.
Okay, so no removal of that one down.
Yeah.
Does your quality fit this?
My quality is wily. I don't know if logic puzzles like that would fit under wily.
Okay, so you don't get the quality.
Yeah.
Do you have one of the sub skills that would make sense?
No.
Okay.
No.
And do you have a particular skill, a special skill? Specialty.
The tertiary specialty skill may fit into it. I went with statistical odds because
Okay.
my major scar is I'm a
doesn't give
gambling
you a
addict.
statistical bonus. So
Yeah.
see, it will help you ponder, but doesn't actually do anything for the roll. So set your
Yeah.
difficulty at a D8 and go ahead
Right.
and hit that instinct button.
Oh, hit that instinct button. Yeah.
Okay. You push. So again, it's uncertain. It could, but you don't have enough facts to say for sure that that is it.
Okay.
Your gut instinct isn't telling you one way or another. You need more information.
Okay.
Scott, that's not a bad point. Okay, I've got some different approaches. Could I try something similar, Bert?
Yeah, tell me your method. What do you want to do?
Gut instinct. I'm thinking maybe it's a religious thing. I've got mythology and religious studies as specialties.
Okay.
So,
Well, it'll be an instinct roll, a hunch. So is your specialty primary, secondary, or tertiary? Pick the best.
I'm sorry, which one?
Your specialty, you said you had religion and what else?
I have mythology and religious studies. Mythology is my secondary specialty. My tertiary is religious studies.
You tell me. Well, I'll tell you what. Make it a D6 instead of a D8.
Okay.
Does your quality come into account here?
No, I'm grumpy. So.
Okay. This would be academics again. Is that your primary, secondary, or tertiary?
It is my primary.
It is your primary. Okay, so that's going to drop you to a D4 difficulty. So set your difficulty at a D4 and hit the instinct button. Okay.
That sounds bad.
You have not enough facts to put that together in any reasonable argument.
Fair enough.
I think Mike needs a hug.
I would say with a -3 like that, it's probably like a whole bunch of things just come at you all
Yeah,
at once.
it gives so many options.
Yeah.
You need more info. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So all of this conjecture would lead to doing a profiling roll when you guys are ready for it, which will help you determine a few things. So when you decide you have enough information to try and do a profile, you just say that, and then we go from there. So that's all the information you have. You don't have any of the forensics. The latest murder, they haven't done the forensics. They sealed off the area. It was in a parking garage, so they could do this. Again, they might have had a leak because they're starting to have some reporters ask what's going on. Of course, the garage is being closed off because of a gas leak. But the crime scene is untouched because you are going to arrive there soon enough. And they have called in the BSU, called in the FBI. Plane hits the tarmac. Unless, Glenn, did you want to hazard any information pulling from what little you have?
No. I don't think anything I have would be a good start for method of information gathering. But
Okay.
My only two thoughts would have been either something religious or something time related. But so
Do you want to make a roll?
sure, I'll try and make a roll.
Okay. So how are you going about it? Are you doing it ingenuity would be like you are weighing the odds, looking at it intuitively. Instinct would be like gut feeling about this sort of thing. What is your method?
I'd say ingenuity.
Okay.
Maybe I'll-
Yeah. So looking at all the angles. All right. Do you have a specialty that will help?
No.
Okay. How about your quality?
No, I'm boring.
Okay. Academics is what for you?
Tertiary.
Tertiary. Okay. So no bonuses there. Do you have forensics as one of your trained up skills?
Nope.
Okay. D8 is going to be the difficulty. And then hit the ingenuity button once you've got that set to a D8.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that!
Holy.
Okay. Make a statement about the case. Make a statement.
Well, I believe that the time thing might be something related to the time of death or maybe the time of placement. I'm not sure which is which, but we might have to get some more on when these people passed away. Then we might get a more solid idea of when they were either killed or placed here.
Okay. So, yes, the time matters, and you're not sure between whether it was time of death or time of discovery. But there you go.
Did you guys solve the mystery yet?
What's that?
So you guys solved the mystery yet?
Yeah, it was Old Man Witherspoon.
The clock killed these people.
Okay, so when you do things like this and you make a successful roll, because part of this is you're actually building my villain, okay, by making these statements. When you made the positive roll, what you've done is your character said, "Oh, look at the sky in the background. This would fit the time of perhaps the time that his arms are out, etc." So you've made definitive information gathered here. Okay. Plane hits the tarmac. You are greeted by in Roanoke, Virginia. You are greeted by local sheriff at the time. He is going to be taking you out to a mall. It's this New River Valley Mall. The parking garage is kind of it's a new thing. They've had it roped off, but they're telling people there's a gas leak down there because the place is heated by gas. So there is that. But they've already had some of the local news folks kind of sniffing around. Some of them are across the street in the coffee shop, probably binoculars, taking a real good hard look. So he'd appreciate it. You folks would not be flashing your badges quite so much.
I make no promises.
Take off our coat with FBI on the back.
Yeah, take off your windbreakers that have the FBI on the back.
That's fair.
Turn them inside out so they say "if."
I heard that there were possible witnesses to this one.
Well, there are people talking. Just there's a hair shop nearby. Some gossip's already hit the streets. Some of the locals have come up to ask us what's going on. Of course, we're denying everything right now.
Okay. All right. But you haven't
but nothing
taken
definitive. No one's come forward to say
Okay.
something went on in the neighborhood. Someone says they heard a shot, but that hasn't been confirmed. It could have been a backfiring car.
There any security cameras in here?
No.
Yeah, right.
Not yet. Parking garage is a recent addition to the mall. They are in the process of putting in cameras, but not yet.
What's the cause of death?
Well, we haven't had the coroner come out other than just to pronounce yet. We were waiting for you boys.
Great. Right. Let's get on that.
All right. Put on the gloves and get to work.
Okay, he drives you directly into the parking garage, and you go down. There is kind of a crowd, kind of just malingering on the streets, so like somebody walking his dog back and forth over the same spot, just adjacent to the parking garage, looky-looing in. Unfortunately, across from the parking garage is like some pretty well-established eateries. There's a couple of hair salons. It's a kind of a busy area, and people know that something is going on, and they're being lied to.
Okay. Yeah. First things first. Want to take a temperature of the body?
Sure. You're going to go in and you're going to do some forensics.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is going to be an ingenuity roll. Do you have forensics as one of your specialties?
As my primary.
Academics is your primary, but do you have forensics checked off as well?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay. So that's a D12, D12, 10, 8, 6. And I don't think your quality is going to work here. So difficulty is going to be a D6. And you're doing all the normal things. You're bag and tagging the hands. You're doing checking liver temperature, all that fun stuff. Since you have medicine, it allows you to do this. So you're probably the best one to be doing this.
Okay. And ingenuity. Difficulties D6. Okay. Hey.
Success. All right. What did you find? Tell me 2 definitive things that you found. More than I've already told you. So, like the hand positions is already a thing.
Yeah. Time of death.
Time of death by liver temperature, and it's the tail end of summer. It's not quite cold enough yet to change things. You're figuring she's been dead for about 12 hours.
Okay.
So that's a definitive thing. What other definitive thing would you like? It's one of those games that make you think.
Apparent cause of death. Do I notice any stab wounds, gunshot wounds?
Ligature wounds around the neck, hyoid bone broken. She was strangled by a thin cord.
Okay, so she was garroted, essentially.
Hey, Bert.
Mhm.
As we were rolling up on the mall, maybe a block or two out, I would have pulled out, shucked my FBI jacket actually, and changed into something more casual, and thrown on a baseball cap and have them drop me off like a block away.
You're going to check out the scene.
Crowd.
Yeah, check out the crowd.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. So you're going to kind of feel out the crowd, I guess. Instinct to me would be, and hunch would be the thing to look at.
Sure.
Yep. Okay.
I've interviewing as a part of my training. So.
Okay. And what is field work for you? Primary, secondary?
Secondary.
Secondary. Okay. So that's going to reduce by 1. You have interviewing that's going to reduce by another. So 12, 10, 8. Do you have a specialty skill?
The only one I've got that would come even close is conflict resolution. I don't think that's applicable.
Yeah. So. How about your quality?
I'm grumpy, so.
Okay. Your difficulty is a D8 as you're working the crowd.
All right.
Wow.
Holy moly.
All right. Tell me some facts. Throw out some facts for me.
All right. So they saw a beige sedan come squealing out of the parking garage. So that was a thing that kind of stuck out. A little bit older model, 1980s. There were... they had seen the lady walk in. She had been at the dog park, but she didn't have a dog, but she was at the dog park. And yeah.
One more. Give me one more thing.
More?
You did pretty well.
There was there's also in addition to the car that left there, some people also saw a kind of shifty looking guy wearing a sweatshirt with hood up. And it was in the middle of a warm day, so kind of odd.
Okay. So you have a van seen squealing out of the parking garage.
Yeah.
People witnessed her going from the dog park down into the parking garage, but no dog.
Yeah.
Mhm. And someone claims a suspicious-looking character in a hoodie,
Yeah.
dressed a little warmly for the day, is coming out. Okay. Those are more facts you have. Rhett is done with his basic forensics. You're going to have to send. Go ahead.
A question: not knowing entirely how this game works, one, I can create facts and we roll that into the game. Is that the dynamic? Okay. Two, can I tell? Unrelated. Can I tell by the direction of the ligature marks if the person was maybe taller than her or shorter, depending on which way?
Had you rolled better? Yes. Unfortunately, no.
Nope. Okay. Sounds good.
It is indistinct.
Understood.
Okay. Glenn, you went down into the parking garage getting out of the sheriff's car. Is there anything you want to do down here?
Not knowing about, or who was it that found out about the van?
Mike hasn't come back to tell you just yet.
Yeah. I'll hold off until I get a chance to regroup with
All right.
everybody.
So Mike will come walking down into the parking garage. People are suspicious because he has to flash his ID for them to let him down since he's wearing street clothes. You do hear the sound of flash photography behind you.
Oh boy, that's not good.
All right, so you're back with the group. Scott, anything you want to do while you're down in here?
So Rhett's doing the body. Mike's working the crowd. Glenn's down in the parking garage. I guess I'm going to kind of search the physical area around the body, the immediate crime scene. See if I can find anything, trying to figure out, if the hands were cut off here, then there should be
just the fingertips.
Oh, just the fingertips. Well, there should be blood here. If they were cut off somewhere else, maybe see if there's some kind of blood trail leading somewhere. I don't know. Just take in the immediate crime scene. See what I can find.
Sure. That is going about the thing methodically, so probably ingenuity is the thing to use here. It is field work. What is that for you?
Secondary.
Okay, so that's not bad. It's just going to be going down to a D10. Do you have research as one of the checked off things in field work?
No. I have tactics.
Do you have a specialty skill that might help in ferreting things out?
I do have tracking for
That
my
helps.
secondary. Yeah. Okay.
8. And how about your quality? Would that fit?
Do you think Wiley would fit?
You'd have to make the case for me. I don't see it, but you can make the case.
I picture Wiley as more manipulating. People say, I don't think so.
Okay. So you're at a D8 difficulty. Hit the ingenuity button after you set the D8 in difficulty.
Yep. It's a -3.
Okay. Actually, what you find is a suspicious lack of anything.
Okay.
You hear Mike saying that people saw a van tearing out of here. You don't see tire marks on the asphalt anywhere. There should be blood drops if someone have had their fingertips hacked off, especially if they were newly dead.
Yeah.
Nothing. Either they were very meticulous and didn't leave trace evidence, or this wasn't the murder site.
Okay.
But none of that's definitive. That's speculation.
Yeah. Okay. I got nothing, guys. Nothing.
So
now that I'm teamed up with Mike again, I want to ask who it was that saw the van leaving.
Oh, sure.
It's the guy that's got the pizza board, or what do they call it, clapboard on him. That's showing off Gumby's Pizza.
Oh boy.
The front side says "Get wrecked," and the back says "At Gumby's."
Nice. I like
That's
that.
an aggressive pizza place. I want to eat there.
Gumby's is the home of the big ass pizza.
Yeah, the pizza's called the Wrecked.
But yeah, I want to talk to this guy and see if I can't learn more information about this van.
All right. You. How are you approaching him? So Mike is just wearing kind of civvies. He's got just a baseball cap on. How are you approaching this guy? I mean, you're coming up from the parking garage. That's not going to go unnoticed. So you're crossing the police barrier.
Yeah, I'll just walk straight up to the guy.
He drops his clapboard, makes a run for it.
Oh crap! I'll start chasing him down.
Okay, so what are your what's your game plan here? So not just chasing him down. What do you want to get out of this?
I wanted to just interview him about the van, but if he's bolting for it, I guess.
Yeah, you got to stop him from fleeing first. So what do you hope to get out of this? Do you want to subdue him? Do you want to catch him? Do you want to shoot him?
I want to
Open fire!
just kind of suplex him gently into the ground.
Sure. Okay, you're going to detain him physically.
Yes.
Resolve is the all things physical, so it's definitely that.
All right.
You're gonna have to run to get there. That doesn't really fit any of the trainings, academic, defense, or field work. Do you have any specialties that would make you particularly athletic?
No, and on top of that, my major scar is I have a bum leg.
Oh, you have a major scar. We're gonna throw that in.
Should have just started shooting.
Yep.
Know your strengths,
Yeah, I
man.
love that.
So anyways,
Does your quality come into effect here?
no, just boring.
Okay, so you're going to be setting the difficulty at a D12 and then hitting the resolve button.
Oh boy.
It's the bum leg that's doing it.
Yep. -1.
Oh,
dang.
so close.
It's close. Okay, so because it's probably not that much worse, I'm just going to throw this out there for you. So your fortitude is a D4. If you want to use it, you can remake that roll again, but instead of rolling resolve, you're going to roll a D4 in place of your resolve, and it's still the same difficulty die. But you're no worse off if you fail it. You're just going to
That
get
is
rid of
true.
your one reroll.
Go for it.
So I'll give it a shot.
All right, so at the top, I've got a general roll button. Click that, and the first one is going to be a 4 because you're rolling a D4. Hit submit,
All right.
and the
Second
next one is
is
going to be the difficulty, which is a 12.
-2.
He outdistances you. Guy knows a little bit of parkour. Actually, he's dropped his clapboard. He jumps. He grabs one of the street lights and he throws himself up to a second story balcony, and he starts climbing the ladders on the outsides of the fire escapes. You guys see this? Glenn took off running, and you guys are seeing this all happen. What do the rest of you want to do?
Sure, if you got deputies.
Wait, if he's running after someone, I know how Glenn doesn't do running well. I will join and see if I can.
Okay, you're behind because all this
lot behind.
transpired. And you're like, oh my, oh gosh, and then you start running off. So it's going to start a little higher difficulty for you.
Yeah.
This is going to be again no training. Do you have any specialties that would make you more athletic?
More athletics, grappling.
No, not yet. You got to catch him first. and then
Yeah.
let him in.
No, not my specialties.
I mean, you can shoot him.
I certainly could. I'm good with firearms. You know what? It's the 90s. I can get away with it. I'll take a shot at him.
Okay. Any warnings?
There's no YouTube. Just
Yeah, I'll just yell out, "Stop!"
Or my mom will shoot.
Or my mom will shoot.
Okay. In that case, are you intending to shoot, or are you intending to intimidate? Like, is your
Intimidate
intent
him.
to shoot?
No, my intent is to get him to stop without injuring.
Okay. It's still going to be resolved. Let's
Yeah.
do this under. Let's not do firearms because your intent isn't to actually shoot. You're intending to get him to stop.
Yeah.
So we'll call this field work. What is that for you?
Field work is secondary.
Okay, so it's going to drop at 1. Gives
Yeah.
us to a D12. You got anything else that might help you be intimidating?
I have
I'll give
tactics.
you 1 for the gun drawn.
Okay.
That'll drop it to a D10.
All right. Do you think tactics would fall into that?
Not so much. No.
Okay. What about my quality wily, like manipulating people, that kind of thing?
I'll buy that in this case. You
Okay.
can really come across like you want to shoot. It's like,
Yeah.
please don't stop.
Yeah. All right.
Which will drop it to a D8. So
All right.
set your D8 on the difficulty and hit your resolve button.
All right. Oh my
Ooh.
gosh. And my result is a D8.
Right. I mean, it's all good, but your intent wasn't to pull the trigger. He does not scare him as he climbs up to the third floor on the outside of this building, hopping up to the fire escape, and he looks down at you, flips you the double bird, and he smashes the window on the third floor to get into that apartment. What are the rest of you doing? Mike, you asked if he had some deputies. He's radioing.
Okay.
Get some guys around the back of the building
right.
here. Our suspect is wearing a T-shirt. He gives him the description.
I'll ask the sheriff if he's got a bullhorn in his truck.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go grab it, and I'm gonna walk out on the street heading for the building. Just
Bert, is there a Gumby's Pizza here?
There is.
Okay, I'm gonna run to Gumby's Pizza.
Okay, you're in the store. People are looking out the windows. You probably still have your FBI windbreaker in. The manager's like, "Can we help you?"
Yeah, what's the name of the guy that had your clapboard that was standing out there?
Eric.
Eric what?
I don't know. We just pay him daily to stand out there at the clapboard. Hold on, we got to have something on file here. This is going to take a little bit of time, but yeah, he's getting the employee records. What are you doing, Glenn? Your bum knee is acting up.
At this point, I'm kind of speed shuffling, try to catch up.
get to those stairs.
Yeah.
Third floor.
I'll let's see. If he went into the apartment building, I'm just going to go into the apartment building and try to make my way up to the third floor.
Sure. Looking at it, kind of just taking a quick look. You don't need to roll for this. It looks like he just popped into apartment 3A, third floor A.
Oh boy.
Scott, you're still on the street pulling your gun. He flipped you the double bird, broke a window, and dove into this apartment. What are you doing?
I'm going to run into the ground floor entrance of the apartment.
Okay. Probably getting ahead of Glenn because of his bum knee.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Glenn.
You're both headed
get
there.
him.
Mike, you're approaching with Bullhorn. So your two companions just ran in. Rhett went into the Gumby's Pizza. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for Rhett, just because I don't know the guy's name. Like waiting.
All right.
I'll
Rhett.
Oh, do we have radios, Bert? Do we have walkie-talkies?
Do we have flip phones?
You all have Nokias.
Ooh.
And they're the kind that have the radio function on it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, even better. All right. I'm gonna kind of do an announcement to the other three. I think I have a name, Eric. I'm getting more details.
Sebastian, Eric Sebastian.
Eric Sebastian is the name that I have.
All right.
Started working today. We don't have his W-2s on file. You're not going to shut us down, are you?
Yes.
We'll I hear your pizza's good. We'll figure it out.
Get wrecked.
And then I'll live. I'll leave. Got the information I need right now.
Sure,
Eric
Brett comes out with the information.
I've got info now, so I pull the bullhorn up. I'm like, Eric, just come out and talk, man. Like, not here. Did you see something, man? We just want to talk.
Okay.
Come on down, nice and quiet. Not in trouble, dude.
Escalated. I like it. This would be probably ingenuity. Try to talk someone into something. And it would definitely be psychology. So
that.
do you have psychology? You have it checked? All right.
Yep.
What's academics for you? Primary?
Academics is primary, yeah.
Okay, so
And I have
20...
conflict resolution as my primary specialty.
Ooh, 10, 8, 6, 4. So you got it down to a D4. Yeah, go ahead.
Nice.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
My grumpy played into account there. I was just like, get out of here. Get out here, you son of a bitch.
All right. So here's what I'm going to have happen. He comes out with a rifle.
Oh,
that's an escalation.
And he shoots at you, Mike. You won't take me alive, you fat. He pulls out a rifle. So I don't roll anything. It's always you rolling against the difficulty. So this is defense. And it's going to be resolved because it's a physical thing. What is defense for you?
My defense is tertiary, but I do have a specialty in firearms. I don't know that helps.
You can work out trajectory. I'll give you the one for that. So, okay. Do you have anything else, a specialty or a quality that'll help?
No.
Okay, because he is using a lethal weapon, it starts at a higher difficulty. I marked it down a little bit for what you got, so set the difficulty for a D8.
Okay.
And roll your resolve.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh!
Oh dear.
All right, it's a lethal weapon, so it's going to drop your vitality from a D20, stage it down to a D12, D10. You failed it by 5, D8, D6. So you've dropped your vitality down to a D6. He shoots you like middle of the chest. Yeah.
It's fine.
You want to try the fortitude roll? You could try that roll again and use up that D4 and see if it's any better.
Sure. For some reason, my fortitude says D6 now.
Oh, it should be a D4. Everybody should start at a D4.
Yeah. You know what? Sure. Why not?
So use that general roll. The first number is going to be a 4, and it's the same difficulty as you had for the next die.
And then it was an 8.
Okay, it's a little bit better.
Okay.
So you can go back up 1. So D8 is where your vitality is right now.
Okay.
Yeah, you got plugged hard. Now here's the thing about composure and vitality. What's that?
For some reason, my fortitude is changing with my vitality.
Oh shoot! I probably I linked those. Okay, I'll have to fix that.
Yeah,
all right.
fine.
So
You
what this means, wherever your composure and vitality is, that's the maximum method die you can roll, regardless of what your method is currently. So right now, your ingenuity, instinct, resolve, if it's better than a D8, is only a D8 now.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right, you just took a bullet.
Ow!
Shots fired. What are you guys doing?
Get fucking cover.
Mike dives for cover.
And pull up my own pistol, because now I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I want to call out on the radio. What floor did the shot come from?
Glenn
Floor
knows.
3.
Glenn's right behind you, so you can answer that, Glenn.
Third?
3A. Should be about 3A.
All right. I'm going up the stairs as fast as I can.
I'm on my way.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you get to the 3rd floor, you can hear a woman screaming coming from room A, 3rd floor.
Oh, I boot the door open.
Rhett, you've gone up there. You're going to boot it open? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and give me, it's going to be resolve. There isn't a specific thing for forcefulness. So do you have a specialty that makes you particularly athletic or forceful?
I've got grappling. I don't know if that would.
Nah.
Okay. So yeah, it would probably just be resolved then. Oh, I do have
Go ahead.
a primary specialty skill of breaking and entering.
Oh, heck yeah. I was going to say, these are fairly flimsy apartment doors, so it's going to start at a D6 anyway. It's going to stage it down to a D4. Go ahead.
All right.
So roll your resolve with the difficulty D4.
Oh my gosh.
Door shatters, but this woman who lives here is apparently the renter of this apartment, very paranoid and has multiple deadbolts and extra latches. So the door splinters, but she had some extras on there. So you can see in there that there is a woman cradling an infant as this guy is on her outside patio with a rifle, and he kind of yells back at, it's like, "You come in here, I'm gonna blow the baby away first."
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
If I can see her, that means I've got line of sight, right?
Yep.
Shoot through
See
the
him?
door. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
see.
I'm gonna shoot him through the door.
Well, let's
That's
give Glenn, who's right behind you, and
Oh,
probably
yeah.
right behind that, if they want to do anything first.
Stay out of the
Uh,
way in case they want to.
Yeah, I've scoped the scene. Is anybody injured?
Not currently, but there is a woman and her baby in there.
No, I mean I'm coming up the stairs. Do I see Mike?
Mike was out
No.
on the
Oh,
street.
yo, Mike, where did you go?
I was out on the street. I dived behind
You're
a
on-
car.
Yeah, okay, you ducked into a car. Okay.
Oh, I would. Okay, back it up. I thought he was inside the building and got shot.
No.
I would have stopped to take care of Mike on the way because I
Okay.
do have medicine.
Okay. Well, if you wanna take an action, jump in the car with Mike and check him out.
Yeah.
That's fine. Mike, you can go up 1 for just basic first aid to keep you from bleeding out. So you go up from a D. What are you at? A D8?
Yeah.
You can go back up to a D10.
Okay.
Well, that's the best they can do until you can get you to a hospital.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, that takes up that. So, Glenn, you're right behind Scott, who's going for his gun. You can see through the cracks in the door. The guy's still out on the balcony, but he's threatening the woman and her baby in here.
Oh boy. And now, Mr. Sebastian, I just want you to know, you are not a member of you are not part of our jurisdiction. We can't touch you. We don't want to fight you. We just want to talk. Please come
Okay.
to the door. Everything will be fine.
What is academics for you?
Academics is tertiary.
Tertiary.
I do have psychology, and I have conflict resolution as my secondary specialty.
Nice.
Okay, so psychology will drop at 1. That'll drop at 1. Let me look at instinct real quick. If this is more of an instinct or ingenuity thing, this might be more of an instinct thing. Let me take a look real quick here. Give me just a second. All right. Okay, instinct. It's intuition. No, it is ingenuity. So ingenuity, but those two things that you mentioned will drop at 2. So it's going to be a D8.
All right. -1. Dang.
All right, he yells back out, "I warned you!"
Oh no.
Can I shoot the son of a bitch?
You can't see him from the street level. Well, I
Damn.
guess you could. It is a long shot, but you've only got a pistol.
Yeah, I'll take that shot.
You want to take the shot?
I'll take that shot.
Okay, so you're limited to a D10. If your resolve was higher, it could only be a
Scott.
D10. No? Okay. So it's
I
going to
do
be
have-
firearms.
Yep,
What is
got
that for
that.
you under defense? Tertiary,
is-
primary?
Tertiary.
Okay, so nothing from that.
Yep.
Do you have any specialty that makes you a good shot? Or
No.
a good... No? Oh, boy. Might be some friendly fire going on here. You are using a lethal weapon.
I'm grumpy.
okay.
This is
It's
me
a rough
being
shot
grumpier.
because of
Does
the
that help?
distance you're using. I'm sorry?
Does my grumpy help me?
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
It's-
It's a D10. It's a difficulty. It's a long range for a pistol.
Well, here we go.
Okay.
Not
Okay, that's not terrible. You
Yeah.
don't hit anyone else, but you just miss.
Gives him something else to think about.
Okay. So here's the thing, Scott. He's turned around with his rifle. He's going to shoot the baby. You got him. You've got a view. You can take the shot.
I want to take the shot.
What's going to happen is if you don't drop him, he's going to drop the baby.
Oh no.
You're shooting through a door. That's a little bit harder. Firearms checked off for you?
Yeah.
Defense your primary?
Yeah.
2, 3, so 20, 12, 10, 8. You got any other special skill that might make you a better shot?
No.
It's D8 difficulty.
All right. Come on, let's save a baby. I break even.
You break even. You miss, but so does he. His shot goes through the door. It misses you. It misses Glenn. But but yeah, you can hear him like the cycling the chamber. His rifle's got multiple shots. So we're at a stalemate just now. Glenn, you want to do something?
Yep, I'm gonna try to bust through this door to get to him.
Okay, a little bit easier now since Scott softened it up for you. It's going to be a resolve, and if you've got anything that just makes you a brute.
One leg.
All I've got is grappling and yeah.
Okay, well it's a
Primary,
6 because Scott's loosened it up for you.
All righty.
You're welcome. It's like a jar of pickles.
It's exactly how it works. Nice.
You kick the door wide open. So Scott, you got a good shot if you want to take it.
Yeah. I'll take
Tainted
it.
knee.
Okay, given all things that we had before, it's going to be a little bit easier. So it's only a D6 this time to shoot him.
All right.
You're not having to shoot through a door.
The -3.
Chuck shot the baby.
Do you want to
Shot the
use your
baby.
fortitude to re-roll? Because yes, you're going to hit the bystander with a -3.
Yeah, if I can sacrifice fortitude, I will.
Okay, so hit that general roll at the top. First number is going to be a 4, and then you're going to drop the same difficulty into the second.
All right, that's a 6. The -1.
Okay, -1 doesn't hit the baby. You do hit the mother, glancing blow, but you do hit.
I'm here to save you.
Federal
I thought the
agent.
government was here to help. What are you doing?
I'm saving you.
Shoot the
Federal
husband.
incompetence.
He runs out of hostages. Everyone's
Yeah. He can't kill you if I get you first.
Mike and Rhett, he stepped into the apartment, so you can no longer see him at street level. What do you guys want to do?
right. Run your ass in there, and I'll
Yep.
talk to the sheriff.
I'm on my way in.
Yep.
I'm-
There are sirens in the distance as the sheriff is called for backup. They're going around to try and block off any escape routes. Rhett, you're going to run up in there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. People are looking out, asking you questions. Some people are snapping some pictures. The Polaroid cameras.
Even better. Okay.
So it'll take you. We'll say this takes you your time to get up there.
Yep.
All right. You've got a hostage situation. He's reloaded. Scott, Glenn, you're still out there. You've got a little bit of cover from the doorway if you want it. The woman is down and bleeding. She's still clutching the baby. This is what my tax money goes for. He's intent. He's going to shoot the baby. He warned you, and he's a man of his words.
Actually, Bert, I have thought of what Mike is going to be doing. He's
Okay.
trying to shuffle people off the street. He's like, got a bomb threat, folks. You want to get away and indoors.
Okay. I tell you what. Ingenuity, it'll be psychology under academics. It's going to start at just a D8 because shots have been fired.
Yeah. Ingenuity, you said, and I've got psychology.
You got psychology? Okay, so they'll drop it 1 to a D6. What's academics for you? Primary? It's
Yep.
going to be 4. D4.
All right.
Okay, people start clearing away.
All right.
Especially since you're like holding a bullet shot wound
Yeah.
that Rhett just slapped a bandage on.
Get your little Flintstones
you,
band.
you clear the street.
It's
I'm gonna
99.
bullhorn.
There's been a couple of things that had happened in 99 or by 99.
Yeah.
Bombs and public shootings. So
Mhm.
Scott and Glenn, what do you want to do?
Well, now that I'm in the apartment, I'm going to try to disarm him.
Okay, you're going to rush forward and grapple him?
Yep. Well, I've actually got disarming as a.
Yes. Yeah, that's perfect. What is Scott doing? Because what's going to happen is you're both going to roll. This is going to be a simultaneous thing. If you both fail, he's going to do the shot.
Oh no.
No, so you're muted. You're muted, Chuck.
How dare I? I was going to try and do grappling.
So you're both going to run in and grapple him. Okay, if you're both helping, who wants to be the primary grappler? Who's got the better resolve?
I've got a D8.
Likewise.
Okay,
I'll give it to you.
who has the better? Who has got defense as a primary?
I do.
I do as well.
Who has grappling marked off?
I do.
Same. But I have
Okay,
disarm.
it doesn't matter then. Either one of you can roll, and
Jake, you
with
roll it.
all of that being true, you only
Well,
it's
I've
in a
got
D6.
disarming specifically, so
You got okay. If you want to do the disarm, then it's only a D4 with the help that Scott's going to give. He's probably going for the legs. You're going for the hand. Why don't you make that roll, Glenn?
1.
You succeed. It's a struggle. You pull the rifle out of him. Scott goes for the middle. Glenn, you grab that rifle, yank it away from him. You've got control of the rifle. He hasn't given up yet. He looks scared to death, but also high as a kite.
Yeah, probably. He works at Gumby's. Yeah, probably.
He works for a pizza place.
Rhett, you just watched Glenn and Scott burst through the door. Glenn's got control of the gun. Scott's still holding the suspect, but he's struggling. Rhett, you've got a victim down with a child. She's bleeding.
Yeah, I will attempt to pull them to cover and treat.
Okay, you don't need to roll
Like-
for that. You pull him out into the hallway. She's holding onto the baby. You grab a leg and you're pulling her out.
Yep.
I'm calling my lawyer. I'm going to sue all of you. So she's being pulled out of her apartment.
Well,
Scott Glenn.
at that point, letting her die would be the cheaper option.
What has less ramifications to the
Sorry.
I'm going to follow up with my grapple and try and suplex him onto the ground.
Okay, yep. That's fine. Glenn, you have control of the rifle. What do you want to do?
I'll wait until the suplexing commences.
Oh, flying elbow, RKO him.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop the elbow into his sternum.
Scott, he is absolutely hyped up on something that is giving him just this frenetic strength. This is going to be difficult, but you've got all the bonuses, I believe. So then, so defense is your primary.
Yeah.
So D20, D12, D10. You have grappling.
I do.
This is D8. Do you have a specialty, or does your quality fall into this?
No.
Okay, so it's a D8 difficulty.
All right. -4.
Damn.
All right, which means he reverses it. Couple of rabbit punches. The guy's got some moves. He's got some boxing training. Hits you in the solar plexus. 4 down means you're gonna drop. It's just melee, so you're gonna go from a vitality of 20 down to a 12. You're gonna drop 1 die size.
Okay.
I'm glad
PCP is a hell of a
one of
drug.
the better FBI teams.
Glenn, how do you react to this?
The hell that I'm gonna shoot him.
Thank
That's
you.
the right choice.
All right. The bystander
With his own gun.
Scott is in melee with him, so it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for that, but not horribly so. It's gonna be a resolve roll. This falls under firearms, so defense is primary for you. You said
That's right. No firearms.
So 12, 10, 8. Do you have firearms checked off?
Nope.
8. Do you have a specialty that makes you a particularly good shot or accurate shot?
No.
Okay, difficulty's a D8 only because you are firing into a melee.
No.
Would have been easier otherwise.
-2.
Okay, you used his rifle, right?
Yes.
You shot Scott.
Yeah.
Scott, so you're down. You drop your vitality down to a D8, Scott.
Sweet
As not only
Jesus.
is your
Glenn and I are going to be the only people without bullet wounds. What's
So
going on? And the
what
baby.
matters? You're just taking friendly fire from Glenn.
Ow.
Let's segue over to Mike for a minute. What's going on, Mike?
Thank God we were trying to be inconspicuous for the local
Right?
constabulary.
Did we get most of the folks off the street?
Yes, the
Okay.
street is. They either have gone inside and closed doors, or they've gone to their cars and are driving off.
Are the deputies here?
Yes.
I send in backup.
Okay. Mike sends in backup.
Also going to start looking. I'm radioing. I'm like, what's going on up there? And also looking for the nearest ambulance.
You hear Scott yell out, "Shit! I'm hit!" Rhett, you take the action to bandage up the woman.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to now prepare to bandage up Scott.
Well, Scott's still in mortal danger. So
Oh, is he?
yes.
Yeah, I've still got a gun.
Oh,
I mean,
shit. Yeah. Never mind. Yep. Sorry.
Scott and Glenn, what do you want to do? This guy is hopped up on something fierce. He's not giving up. He's not going down. Scott, you're shot. You've been bruised. Glenn, you just shot Scott.
yeah, I'll refrain from shooting at this point, and I'll try to put the guy in a chokehold with the rifle.
Okay. Or Scott, you could dive out of the way and get yourself out of melee to make a better shot, but just throwing that out there.
I will leap out of melee. Yeah, because I don't want to get shot again.
Yeah, you dive. But so Glenn, Scott dives. Do you want to take the shot or do you want to get in for the grapple?
I'll get in for the grapple.
Okay. Go ahead. It is resolve. It is 2 down from primary defense, 1 more down for grappling. So let's see. 12, 10, 8, 6. Do you have any special skills to help you with grappling or to take control of somebody?
No.
6, D6 difficulty.
All right.
Boom, you succeed. You have got him in like a full Nelson, get the back of his head up under his arms. He's struggling, but you have him under control. He is not giving up, but you have got it locked in.
Excellent.
Rhett and Scott, what do you guys want to do? And you can hear police, yelling to everyone to stay in their apartments as they're rushing up the stairs.
All right. I'm going to cover PCP boy while he's in the hold, so I can cover him, make sure he doesn't get away.
Okay. Glenn, you hold him until the officers get up there. It takes several of them to just hold him down and cuff him, but they eventually do. So it's under control now. You have the apartments cleared out. The guy is cuffed. He's still kind of foaming at the mouth and just kind of raging at everybody. Scott's bleeding on the floor.
Could
Mike.
On him.
Sweet Jesus.
We're doing a great job.
Wink.
And hold him in the back of a car until he calms down some. We still got to ask him some questions.
Okay. They have to bodily pick him up, and lift him, and several people carry him out because he struggles the whole way.
With my medical knowledge, can I ascertain kind of what he's probably on?
Sure. That would be an ingenuity and academics.
Oh, yeah.
What is that for you for academics?
Academics is forensics.
Well, no, just the academics. Is it primary? Secondary?
Oh, primary. Sorry.
Okay, so it's a 6, difficulty 6.
Okay, ingenuity. Okay.
PCP. You've seen it before.
All right. I'll say to it looks like he's on PCP, so be aware that he might have uncontrollable bouts of extra strength. Put two sets of handcuffs on him.
So you hear as he's being hauled downstairs, they've got him pretty much helpless, holding up in the airs. He's like, "Oh, he just pissed on me! Oh man!" Drag him down the stairs. Okay.
Maybe wrap him in plastic with the 2 sets of handcuffs as well.
They throw him in the back of a cruiser. He's got the nice cage back there and everything. He's starting to he's come down because of all the adrenaline that's been running through him. So he still looks frantic, but he's breathing real heavy. What do you guys want to do?
I want to check on Scott because
I would like to go get checked on for a bullet wound.
You just do some first aid, so you can go up 1 on your vitality, 1 die size, and that's all you can do until you can go to a hospital.
Mike's waiting in the ambulance. I'm like, did you bring in Scott down? Is he dead or?
No, he's okay. He does have a bullet hole in him.
Oh, cool.
Actually, I'm kind of feeling left out at this point.
I can even us out.
I mean, Glenn, myself, and the baby don't have holes in us.
I can
I
give
mean-
the two of you some, but I'm not going to hold off on the baby.
It's fine. I got the baby.
Only you can answer.
The woman and the baby are gone. Rhett pulled her out, did some first aid. There's ambulance down there. Might be there, but Mike, she's not there with you. I'd like everybody to roll me an instinct roll at this point. And just a D6 as the average.
Difficulty.
Break even.
I got 5.
John, you realize, where did he get the rifle?
I was wondering that. I was like, where did he get the rifle? Hey, you want to search that apartment?
Might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So run back up the stairs. Doot, doot, doot.
Okay. Yeah. This is field work. So this is basically research, ingenuity. What's field work for you? Primary, secondary, tertiary? Is anyone helping?
No, I'm busy being shot.
I
Bleeding
will
out.
hobble my way up. I'm like, I'll go to the hospital later. Fuck it.
All right. So field work. Who has got that as primary or secondary?
Secondary.
I was
Field
secondary.
work is secondary.
Everybody's secondary. Okay. Who's got the higher ingenuity? So the person with the better role possibility is going to be the lead, and everyone else just helps.
A
I got
D8.
a D6. So
D6.
Okay, D8's pretty good. So it's going to be you, Rhett, leading it all up. If the
Okay.
rest of you have field work of at least secondary, it's just going to be a D4, Rhett.
Okay, so difficulty is D4.
Yeah.
And ingenuity.
Ooh, dang.
Fuck.
A lot of breaking evens today.
Rhett, have you already used your fortitude roll for the session?
No, I have not.
Okay, so if you want to use that as your backup roll, it's a D4 and just a D4 difficulty.
D4.
Go to the top where it says
Yep.
general roll,
Oh, general roll D4. Okay.
and then the next number is also a 4.
Yes. Oh, positive die? No, not positive die. Just submit.
The positive die is a 4, and then
Oh.
the difficulty is a 4 on
Is
the
a
next
4.
thing
Okay.
it asks you.
4. Got it.
Okay.
Hey!
Yeah, so a couple of things come to you. Is
there-
that
Gun rack in here?
well, what's suspicious is what there's not. There's very little furniture in here. There's very little clothing in here. When you take a really good look at the lock on the outside, it was picked to get in here. This was an empty apartment.
So they were squatters and they were probably a family unit.
And you find the nice rubber band and the the drug paraphernalia.
Gotcha. Okay. Good to know.
But what you don't find, any success is a success. Of course, better gives you more. But what you don't find is that there's nothing that ties this person or perhaps this couple to the actual murders.
Okay. Let's see, they were squatting in 3A. Family unit.
Look at Brad taking notes. Like an actual investigator.
There we go.
All right.
Drug
So what are you guys gonna do now? Woman's gone, by the way. Now that you've realized, hey, they were probably a pair. The medic tells you that she never came down to the ambulance.
What about the baby?
They
Gone too?
didn't see her or the baby.
It's fine because if she goes to any hospital to get that wound checked out, they have to file a
Oh, it's a
police report.
gunshot wound. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll mention it.
So,
Um,
but I mean, really, if there's nothing tying them to our thing, then I mean, who
Yeah.
cares?
This might
well,
be
he was the one that
local
saw
police.
the van go squealing out, so he has some information, maybe, or he could have been hallucinating. It's hard to say.
I mean, for building a case,
Yeah.
He's
meant-
not
sign spinner
It's
on
empty,
PCP is not going to be any help.
If you
Well-
want to let him dry out and interview him, we can
Yeah.
time jump.
Sure.
Yeah.
That gives us time to be in the hospital and get
Yeah.
fixed.
What, you're not
so-
going to go to Gumby's and get erect?
Not right now.
Yeah. After all that, these people got
Since I
shot.
haven't
They
been
need.
shot, I'll go get one, and then
Yeah. Absolutely. I think we're at about lunchtime. So yeah.
Yeah. The pizza's going to go good with my pain
We're-
med.
We're gonna get
It
wrecked.
really will.
All right. So everyone who had first aid, that's all the healing you can get immediately. So the doctors will do a good job to make sure you're not going to get infected. They pull the bullets out, and then it's just normal healing from there, which is slow.
Yeah.
But at least you're not going to die of an infection or anything. By the time you're done with the hospital and you've caught some food, they've got him dried out they've got him in the interrogation room.
all righty, let's go talk to this guy.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, all of you, or does
Yeah.
somebody want to watch from the behind the glass?
Yeah. Behind the glass.
I'll
Okay,
talk
the
to him.
three of you go in. The three of the rest of you. All right. He kind of looks up like you, and he's like, "Man, I'm in a lot of trouble, aren't I?"
You are.
Yeah.
Right, or Eric. So Eric, it seems like you're hitting some stuff pretty hard there, huh, buddy?
Yeah. I guess you can say that. I owe some folks some money, and me and the old lady are kind of on the run. I took this job today just to get some cash so we can get some food.
Fair.
Assholes at the pizza place didn't even give us free pizza, man. I had to work 4 hours to get enough money for food.
Oh man.
That's rude.
So what happened when one of my partners here approached you? You had said you saw a van leaving the parking garage.
Is anyone else helping with the interrogation?
I'm
Hi.
in there.
Either of you have interrogation checked off?
No, but I do have a lovely ability that I think might help.
Mm-hmm.
My primary specialty is hypnotism.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Well, let's hold that for a moment. So, Mike,
My field work is secondary, and I have interviewing.
interviewing. Okay. You'll get a little bit of help from Scott and Glenn as well for this. Glenn, keep your pocket watch in your pants for just a moment. Let's see how this works out first. It's only a
time you heard that.
D6, Mike, if you want to go ahead and roll an ingenuity with a D6 difficulty.
D6, all right. Not great.
Okay.
Push.
He can't remember a lot, but he's very it was like a tan van. It didn't have any markings on the side or anything. It was going by too fast for me to see the plates. It was like, I don't know, man. I didn't really get much more of a look at that. It was coming out of there pretty fast though.
All right. Well, you are definitely in a lot of trouble. You have committed a couple of felonies because you shot 2 federal agents.
Well, I thought you were coming after me for that drug charge we got on us.
Yeah, and, we weren't.
We weren't,
But you've now
no.
made things much worse for yourself. So, 2 counts of shooting.
Oh man.
You definitely shot 2 officers.
You very much shot 2.
That's exactly what the record will reflect.
It
Yes.
absolutely is.
Scott, look into this pocket watch for a hot second.
I was agreeing with it. I mean,
Okay. So, John, you didn't get a success, so you don't get to state a bit of evidence you find here. But he does confirm he did see that tan van come
Well,
out
we
of
can
there.
at least, maybe have the sheriff put out a, APB or something for it. Be on the lookout for it.
Yeah, tan, like a work van sort of thing. It didn't have no windows on the side, no markings. The guy didn't see anybody's logo or anything in it.
Question for you: did you see a guy in a hoodie walking out of the parking garage at all? Either?
Oh, that's Gerald. Yeah, he works down there.
He works down there. What's he do down there?
He's clean up. He's he just cleans up.
Gerald got a last name?
No, he's just Gerald, man. I just he's the one who hooked me up with this Gumby's things for for the day.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he works for the parking garage.
All right. Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. That's been helpful. I would suggest that if you know the name of your lady friend, you might want to share that information, and maybe we can get you both some help and so forth.
Oh man.
Yeah. You don't want your kid around that, right?
So my kid.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. Well, have a great life, Eric. I'm sure it's going to go super well for you, bud. Fuck this. All right, I leave.
the sheriff's going to handle this one.
Mm-hmm. Made sure that you put down that he shot both of you.
Shot both.
Exactly.
That's in the report.
All right, what now?
See if we can track down this Gerald. Or do you
Yeah.
wanna... Okay.
So Gerald apparently left for the day because he was seen leaving the parking garage. So how do you want to track down Gerald?
Well, if we go back to Gumby's and get us some cheesy bread,
Oh yeah.
and also look at their employment records, find out if he's got an address on file.
Oh yeah, they know Gerald, but he doesn't work for Gumby's. He works for the
Oh.
parking garage.
Yeah, we got.
Oh, then we go to the parking garage.
Oh, the parking
After
garage.
we get the cheesy bread.
We get 2 orders of cheesy bread and give one of them to the person working at the parking garage.
And
All right, here's a
and
board
laxative
attendant.
for all the cheese, huh?
Sitting behind this kind of cement stanchion with glass, and she's like taking money for people to come in. It's $5 to park.
We
She
have
looks at
brought
everybody
you.
coming up. It's like, where's your car? You got to get a car. It's coming into my garage.
We have brought you cheesy bread.
Oh well. I mean, runs her hand through her hair a little bit.
I'm sorry. What is she wearing a name tag?
Mm-hmm.
What's her name?
Cherise.
Hey, Sharif. Can we talk? We're just looking for Gerald.
Oh yeah, Gerald. Yeah, I just took over for him about 2 hours ago.
Yeah. Do you have a phone number or an address where we could reach him at?
Well, who's asking, honey?
Well, my name's Mike. This here's Scott, Glenn, Rat.
She's definitely looking down at you because you're like 4 foot nothing.
Yeah. And it's like, we just need to ask him a few questions. Flash the badge real quick. Like, just a nice casual conversation. He's not in any trouble or nothing.
Well,
We do
I
have
don't
a
know.
few-
That's a G-man badge. He's in some kind of trouble. Well, so you got to convince her to give over information without a warrant.
Absolutely. What would you like?
This is going to be psychology, unless you want to like really muscle it and say like, hey, we can get you in a lot of trouble.
No.
If you want the friendly route, it'll be psychology, so academics, ingenuity.
Does he get a bonus for the cheesy bread?
Yes, he does. It's a D4. Don't even.
Perfect.
It's a D4.
Perfect.
All right. Sounds good.
Hey,
Aren't you the cutest thing? Get Gerald just lives up a block from here. He's probably asleep now. He works the night shift. And let me write this down for you. If you want to put your phone number on the back, you just do this little thing.
Sure.
So she slides it through the the glass.
And I'll slide her my phone number.
Oh. Oh my.
I do like a man that enjoys some cheesy bread. Yeah, you got an address.
Let's go.
It's in another apartment just down the road a little bit. This one's shabbier. He's first floor. You can hear like a game playing, like football, you think, really loud. All the windows are blacked out. Like they've got the blackout shades, but his television is cranked. It's loud.
Okay.
What was that?
Exactly.
Sorry.
You guys walk up, the nosy neighbor next door kind of peeks through the door. It's like, You hear about my noise complaint?
No.
Yes. We'll be here over to talk to you here shortly.
Okay, I hate to do it. Gerald's such a sweetheart, and I know he's hard of hearing, but I can't take this all day, every day.
That's completely understandable. Go ahead, go
I'll
back
be
inside.
here.
We'll be
Yeah.
back over to talk to you.
Put in your earplugs. We'll try and handle it.
Anything you hear is one of his.
Okay, we're at the door.
Phonograph.
Would you ask Bert who opens it?
You're at the door. What do you want to do? You can hear
No.
the game blaring.
I look at my brute squad of Scott and Glenn.
Is there a back door to this place? By any
No,
chance?
it's a small apartment complex. It is
Ah.
ground floor, so there's not even a fire escape.
Ooh,
There is a window. There is a window in the back.
I will. I'll go hide under the window.
Okay.
I'll give it that real hard and heavy police knock.
Okay. You do. There's no response.
Yeah, that's par for the course.
I still have my civilian attire on, and I throw on my baseball cap. I run outside and I go into the dumpster and I fish out a pizza box.
There's a lot of them.
And I come back in and I'm like, dun, 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 pizza.
Okay. There's no response.
Either he can't hear us or he's had his fingertips removed.
Or he's in the process of removing fingertips.
Well, I figure we got two options. One, we can go down to, wherever utilities are and just kill the power to his room. Or we can kick the door open.
You and Glenn appear to be experts at that, so
Glenn's hiding under a window, so I will kick the door open.
great.
It's resolved. It's just a D4. It is a shoddy door.
You say it's just a D4.
No, you shoulder charge that and rebound
3.
off.
That's my best roll for tonight.
You shatter the door, kicking it in, caving it in. The noise is even louder as you come in, as the game is blaring. For a guy who works in a parking garage, he's got like one of these, 42-inch televisions, not brand new or anything, but it's huge. It's definitely the center point of his house. No reaction. It's one bedroom, doors closed.
Any sign of him, though?
Not that you see. There's not a lot of places he could hide either. It's like there's one bedroom. There's a bathroom off the kitchen. So you've got two closed doors, basically. You do see, like, on the floor is, you guess, his work uniform. You do see that hoodie that he was described as. And you also see some underwear just kind of laying in the hallway, too.
Bathroom.
Brown streaks.
Ew. I pull my gun.
Was that necessary?
To set the tone. Yes, Brad. Yes.
Yeah. It's very vital to know
No,
these things.
that's fair enough. Fair enough. I stand corrected.
I pull my gun and I'm
Mhm.
carefully going to move into the apartment
Okay.
and turn off his TV or whatever stereo, whatever's making the noise.
Okay. You just turn off the television. It's beautifully quiet.
I will cover Scott, pulling my pistol as well, keeping an eye on like the kitchen door just in case.
No door to the kitchen. You can see
Oh.
it perfectly fine. There's a bathroom door, and then there's like the one bedroom door. That's all there is.
Okay.
I will call out, hello? Anyone home?
No reply.
Well,
I think
we'll
we
start
need-
opening doors.
Which one? Bathroom or
Bathroom.
Yeah.
It stinks real bad. He's got a toilet clog with some floaters in it, but he's not.
Okay. That's gross.
Bathtub.
Yeah, there's no place in here to hide. There's not even a closet. There's just some shelves.
Okay.
He's not like dead in the bathtub though, or anything.
Mm.
Yeah. All right.
Bedroom it is.
Yeah.
You open the bedroom. He's asleep, just laying on top of the covers. He's got a CPAP mask on. He's just naked, just really firmly asleep.
Well, first things first.
There's a bottle of pills on the table next to him.
Okay. First things first, I'm going to pick up an article of clothing or something and throw it over him.
Okay.
Then
reaction.
I'm going to go, just going to go turn off his CPAP machine.
I'm gonna.
No, there's a reaction to that.
bottle of
As he kind of slaps at his face until he finally slaps the mask off, but he's still asleep.
What's the label? Is there a label on the bottle?
Ambien.
I got
He works third shift. I know how this works.
I get on the radio to Brett. I'm like, hey, Brett, we got a dude doped up on Ambien up here sleeping. You want to come and see if you can wake him up or something?
Sure.
this
On my
guy.
way.
It's not a problem. I'm going to head out of the room and go into the kitchen.
Okay.
I'm just going to get into the freezer, get some ice, get some, get a big pitcher or something, make some ice water. I'm just going to go dump it on him.
That's fine. Yeah, his refrigerator's full of partially eaten pizzas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wakes him up. He dubs that he's and then he sees you all in there. It takes him a bit to kind of focus. And at first he doesn't see the FBI dusters or anything. He's like, I don't own anything, man. Take my TV. It's all I got.
Not here for your TV. Gerald, is it? Do you prefer Jerry?
Jerry's fine.
All right.
Who are you?
Well, my name's Mike. Nice to.
Mike, you're damn short.
I am. You are a very observant man. Speaking of your excellent observation skills, you didn't happen to see a brown van leaving the parking garage earlier today, did you?
I didn't see it leave, but I checked it in.
You checked
Yeah,
it in?
it's hard to miss. It had them fisheye windows in the back. You know, they used to call those things wizard vans back in the day, but it didn't have any graphic on it. Somebody
That
had
is
spray
strange.
painted it up, probably rusty.
Yeah. Do we have a graphic photo of the victim?
Not really. You've got some very graphic photos.
We don't even know the name of the victim at this point.
No, we still don't.
No.
Yeah.
So you checked the van in.
Yeah.
Who's driving it?
Some dude, thick kind of. Actually, you know what? Let's have you tell me. This is going to be an interrogation, or you can just have a chat and it can be interview. Your choice. Who's going to be the lead?
That's what, ingenuity?
It's ingenuity.
Okay, so I've got
You got it, Mike.
interviewing,
Hmm?
fieldwork secondary, and ingenuity.
Okay. Is anyone helping at all? And if so, how are you helping?
I don't know how I would help.
Do you have interviewing or interrogation, or is field work any primary or secondary?
No.
You really can't help.
No.
Glenn is still outside because nobody's told him to come in. How about Rhett?
I got the call that he was on Ambien and I should come in to help him.
Yeah, so you come in. Do you want to help with the interview?
I don't think I have any applicable skills. Just
What's your field work?
field work is research.
You have research? Okay.
Yes.
Is it primary, secondary, or tertiary?
Secondary.
Secondary. Okay, that'll help some. Mike's D6.
D6.
And it's not that he's resisting. He's just drugged out.
Yeah.
So it's, trying to get him to focus.
Hey.
All right. So he checked the person in with the van. He left before the van left.
Okay.
With a 4. Yeah. Give me 2 details that he remembers.
While they're having this conversation, I am going to go get Glenn.
Okay.
Can I open it up to other people chiming in with details?
Yeah, you guys can just 2 details. Come up with something.
If somebody's got an idea.
He was wearing a surgeon's mask.
Okay. It was a he and wearing a surgeon's mask. I'll give you that as one bit of information. What else do we know?
Russian accent.
Ooh. He had a Russian accent. Okay. That's all I noticed, man.
Okay.
We wrote down his driver's his plates, his license plate. We got his license plate. You can look at the
Okay.
records of that.
Great.
That's all I remember though.
All right,
That
well,
it was a funky van. Like, yeah, it was like probably really nice at one time, but somebody just like painted it up. That's really bad beige color. Hey, can I like go back to bed now? I
Yeah.
only got like 6 hours before I got to go back to work.
all right. Yeah, man. Get some rest.
He just rolled back over.
Politely put his CPAP mask back on.
Yeah.
We want to make sure he gets a very good night's sleep.
Lift the door and just kind of put it back.
Yep.
Okay, not
All right.
killer.
So
We
Maybe
need to
solve the
vital
noise
pieces of
complaint.
information. Use a
Well-
Russian van.
Oh,
Mhm.
we need
and
to
a
not.
mask.
Yes, we need to knock on the door of the
No, we
neighbor.
don't.
The voice complaint.
No.
well, it's nice and quiet now, so she'll be
Yeah,
happy.
we solved it.
Fair enough.
Look at us solving all these crimes.
Except for the one we need to solve.
And even committing some.
We know who just did that breaking and entering right there. It's
Yeah.
I don't know what
No.
you're talking about. We're very low profile.
Super low profile. So
By whose standard?
we've already got that the parking garage didn't have cameras, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But we can go check to see if the van's still there, which probably not.
Well, The van left,
No, the
but
man was
we have
gone.
a license plate number,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe they even got a driver's license. Who knows?
Okay.
We'll make this quick. License plate number you got. They don't have to show an ID. They just need a license plate number, check-in time, check-out time. You get that as well.
Okay.
They were here for less than 45 minutes.
All right.
Yeah, they
Oh,
paid
you get
$5 for 45 minutes of parking.
All right. So we can pass that information on to the sheriff to look, the license plate number, see if it's who it's tied to, and find out who that person is.
Stolen van.
Stolen van, of course.
Stolen yesterday.
Interesting.
I do have a hunch as to who could be a potential killer.
You, my friend, could go ahead and if you want to call for doing a profile, you can make a profile.
Yeah. So, how do I go about doing this again?
Okay, so someone is going to be the leader. Okay, probably someone who has the best ingenuity would make sense.
Okay.
Then everyone else can chip in how they think they want to chip in with various things. So profiling is based off of ingenuity, and the skill is, give me a second here. Profiling, here we go. Academics is going to be the skill, and then if you've got any kind of perceptive qualities, that would help. If you have sociology, psychology, criminology, any of those checked off, that will help.
Forensics.
Okay, so I've heard two things. Okay. Anyone else?
Oh, anything more that we can contribute?
You
Not
tell me
like
what
a
else
profile.
you want to what else do you want to try?
I mean, I've got psychology.
You have psychology, so two of you have psychology.
Yep.
Okay.
Probably about the best I got.
Did anyone have criminology or sociology?
No, just forensics.
Okay, so it's D10 is what your difficulty is. Glenn?
Alrighty. 1.
Nice.
1.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's hear it. What is your profile? What's your profile, Glenn?
Well, we're looking for a Russian man
Mhm.
who is very meticulous, very detailed, and very efficient use of time. However, he does have a lot of time to be conducting these murders, arranging the bodies, and then planting the bodies without planting any evidence. So we got to assume he's, a very busy man. I would imagine that this fella perhaps used to work at a hospital, which would explain both the surgeon's mask as well as the meticulous nature of the wounds. And now he no longer works for that hospital, which would explain all of his free time.
Okay, so the new bit of information that you will have accurate, since you succeeded, is that he worked in a hospital, or he worked in the medical establishment.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a profile. How do you want to go about finding this guy?
Local
Okay,
hospital.
Bert, sorry, just to understand the mechanics here, everything that was laid out is accurate or
Is
just
accurate. Yeah,
okay.
every time you actually succeed at something, you're adding accuracy to it, and then I'm working that into who your criminal is.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Uh,
head to the local medical facility and see if there are any fellas who have Russian background.
any former doctors at the medical facilities in any of the locations that have
Yeah.
happened previously.
Yeah, we
With some
can't
phone calls.
narrow it to this location because we're
We
moving. They're moving bodies to a location, is what
Oh,
we've come up with.
They
here,
did
so-
have the license plate.
Right.
but it was
stolen
a
vehicle.
stolen vehicle.
That is true, but was it stolen in state or out of state?
In state,
Okay, so there's that.
local, stolen local.
Stolen.
I would imagine that
Keep it local.
he stole a vehicle locally for each.
Yeah.
But if there's some kind of state medical board, state licensing,
Right.
we
Yeah,
could hit that up.
We're heading up to time, so I'm just going to condense this a little bit. But you've got some good facts. You've got a good you got a good heck, I'm forgetting the name, profile of who it is, and it's narrowed down pretty good. So when you start checking at local hospitals, well, apparently there is one person that might fit this bill. He is second generation Russian. He worked in the pathology department. He worked at multiple hospitals, and there was a Karelian facility in each of the cities that each one of the murders occurred in. He works. He does rounds. So he'll come in. He'll do something for one hospital, do the next. So he has a round that he takes.
The locums.
So he fits a lot of your bill, and more importantly, he didn't show up today. The hospital here, where he was supposed to take some samples and do some work.
Okay.
So you have a name,
Okay.
Sergei Malishnikov,
Have a name.
38, trained pathologist. Comes from a family that, he's second generation, so he didn't directly come from Russia, but his family did. They live in Georgia. You got all the information on him for his last residence. He has several apartments in his rounds that he stays at. He doesn't have a permanent home.
Do we know if he's got a new job lined up anywhere?
After today, yes, he's supposed to be in Kingsport, Tennessee tomorrow.
All right, so
Let's
that's where
go
we
to
had.
Kingsford.
Okay, so you guys are gonna just head out to Kingsport, rent a car, head out there. Okay, anything else you want to do here before you leave?
No.
Okay,
I think we've done enough here.
Yeah, we've done enough damage. Yeah.
you reach Kingsport in just a few hours. Not a very far. Corellian facility of the hospitals. You find the hospital he would be checking in for tomorrow. You're a day ahead.
I'm gonna call the local sheriff and give them a description of the van, just to be on the lookout, because he might not have switched vehicles yet.
Okay.
Or maybe take an inventory of like any new reported vehicle thefts, particularly.
Kingsport, Tennessee in the 90s was kind of a rough place. There are multiple car thefts, but if you want to narrow it, there was a van and an electrician's, one of those hybrids between a truck van sort of thing. So those are the two that kind of fit.
Okay.
Well, then we should
Both were
have them.
stolen this afternoon. Very recent.
Okay.
The other bodies, where were they found? Like out in the woods, in
places that would be public, but have areas where there are times when there's not a lot of people around. So parking garage is fairly public, but there's certain slow areas. One of them was found at a laundromat. Okay. Early morning, no one was there using it, but it's a 24-hour laundromat found on the floor of the laundromat. The last one was found at a Walmart, the back docking bay where they bring, also fairly early in the morning.
Okay. The places that are open 24 hours.
Yep.
Okay.
But it seems to fit a pattern of early morning drop-offs of bodies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, from what you're describing, it sounds like. Okay. Is Kingsport, I'm sorry, is it a large city? Small
It is
city?
a large city. Yeah.
Okay.
Metropolitan, lots of crime.
Well, I mean, if he's got an address, apartments at each of these locations that he works at regularly, then we should go to his apartment.
That's a good idea. Do we have any, have we gotten any updated information on any of the victims?
No. You would actually have to go to those and get the crime information from. Yeah. You can't receive the fax. Technology isn't there to get that mobile just yet, so you'd have to check into a center or go to that police department.
Right.
And you guys got the folder of just the basic stuff that they had already worked out.
Okay. I think then the apartment's probably our best bet.
You go to the apartments, and there is a brownish van parked. It's a motel, actually.
Okay.
And he seems to keep, it seems that he keeps checking the same room out because he uses it when he's working in Kingsport as his address.
Oh, okay.
Hospital probably paid for it.
No, yeah.
Let's go there.
Yeah.
You're there. You're in the parking lot. You see the van.
Okay.
All
Should peek in the windows of the van, but
The windows are blacked out.
So we need to, and you said this is a motel?
This is a motel.
All
Can
right.
someone pick the lock of the van?
Well, why don't, that's a good idea. One of us should go to the front office and find out what room he's got checked out.
yeah.
No, you've got that
No,
information.
we've got the
that.
address. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So I think-
I
go ahead.
got B&E. I can certainly get this van open.
Okay. You've got pick locks as one of your special skills or anything?
I
Or
got
you
B&E.
Hey, Glenn, or Rhett, one of you stay here with Scott, and then the two of us, maybe keep an eye on the front entrance to that apartment, and somebody else circle around to the back, keep an eye on the back.
I'll stay with Scott in case he gets shot again.
Fair.
I'll
Hi,
stay with
Chance.
Scott
Hi,
so we
Glenn.
can rig up this van to not go anywhere.
All right, I'll go around to the back. Glenn, why don't you take the front door, because it's probably closer than.
Glenn, you want to get underneath and just pull something out, or do you just want to flatten the tires? How are you making sure?
No, I want to get into the van.
Okay, so let's have Scott pick the locks first. Yeah, it's just a D4.
All right.
You've got all the requisite skills, so it's a D4 difficulty.
Okay. And that's resolve or?
This is resolve. Yeah, it's a physical thing you're doing.
All right.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah.
Very standard lock. You pop it open. The first thing that hits you is the smell. It has a strong antiseptic smell, like very strong, of like bleach and other chemicals. The back end, he has kind of put up some cardboard and it painted it to make it look like it was like more of an official, like closing door sort of thing, but it's just cardboard painted black, closing off the back area. So Glenn, you can pop the hood from in here now since Scott's opened it up for you.
Well, my idea is I'm going to take my jacket and I'm going to tie a knot onto the steering wheel and then to the gas pedal, so that the steering wheel can't turn any more than a certain bit.
Okay.
And I've got knot tying as a specialty.
Okay.
All right.
Scott, what do you want to do?
Well, I got it open. I'll pop the locks and open. Well, I mean, just
you just push through the cardboard into the back.
Yeah. Inspecting the interior.
So there has been a impromptu medical bay set up back here. There's a painter's plastic cloth that's just lining everything, so catching blood. There is obvious signs of it's been cleaned and sprayed out lately, but it's all set up. You find in panels, like so that it doesn't slosh everywhere, there's the half-gallon like mason jars with fingers, eyeballs, kidneys,
nice,
various other things floating in. This is a little gory. Let me look this up real quick. Composure. Okay. Courage rolls. Okay. All right. Make me a resolve roll. This is for a courage check just to see. This is pretty grisly.
All right. Difficulty?
Difficulty. See that you have anything that would make you have a strong stomach or kind of used to seeing this kind of?
No.
Difficulty 8.
That's a minus
that's
one.
not too bad. You just go from a D20 composure down to a D12. It shocks you a little bit, but the thing that is overwhelming here is that like this guy is precise. Like this is not like hack him apart. Like everything is, the cuts are so clean. He is clean. There's not a spot of blood anywhere. It's just a mobile chop shop for body parts.
That's gross. I'm just gonna.
Oh yeah, I just thought of something. I'm gonna radio Rhett while I'm in like the back.
Okay.
Rhett, can you go ask the front desk if they've seen a utility truck or that other van that went stolen? We've got the description on that. You want to go check and see if they've seen either of those vehicles?
Okay. Scott, I'm going to leave you here, and I'm going to go run inside.
Just to compress this a little bit, Rhett, I'm going to have you do a research roll because they have video cameras. People there don't know for sure, but you can look at their video cameras.
Excellent.
Do you have research?
I do, as secondary.
Work secondary or primary for you?
Secondary.
D4. Ingenuity, D4.
All right. Son of a bitch.
It takes you a while, but you go through everything, and there's some blind spots in the cameras. You're not sure, but yeah, you're just not sure. Okay. Glenn, Mike, Scott.
Calling in. Local PD.
Yep.
Calling it in.
All right.
Okay. Calling it in.
Staking out
You guys wanted to stand back and let them do the work? Because, I mean, you're
Yes.
BSU. You do the thinking. You shouldn't
Mhm.
be kicking down doors. So you let them do it?
Yes.
All right. So here's how we're going to end this tonight.
Just keep an eye
You
on things.
get the sheriff's office down. You get a whole bunch of patrol cars. They come out. In the room, alive, was his next victim.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
He's not to be found anywhere. And what she is saying, this is a 22-year-old woman. She was taken in Tennessee 3 days ago. And for the last 3 days, he's been staying up with her at night, scaring her to death, talking about his new religion and how the coming of the millennium was going to scour her and her kind from this place unless she found salvation through some thing that he worshipped.
Ugh.
Wall.
So you've got a spree killing cultist out and about. He's not to be found. Didn't leave prints. Description. Confirmed that this is probably the guy, Russian. The description fits the hospital records of this guy. But she says that he is leaving her alive to give you a message.
Oh, I don't like that.
He says he's moving on to greener pastures to increase his flock, but he'll see you again. And he left a box over there for you.
What's in the box? Sorry.
I would like to move as far away from that box as humanly
I'll
possible.
open the box.
I will open. Oh, go ahead.
All right. Who opens the box?
Mike.
Like
Okay.
Team Lee, he does that sort of thing.
Mike. Well, John, are you familiar with what biltong or dried jerky is?
Yes.
Yeah. So air dried, left out to
Mhm.
preserve. Yeah,
I've had
it's
some. It's
a
tasty.
box full of tongues that have been turned into jerky.
Ew.
Ooh.
Assuming these people died, there's 20 people that he's killed.
This dude is horrific.
Good to know.
There we go. We'll leave the scene. He's marked you guys. When he said, the woman says that he knew Mike and Scott. It's like when the FBI agents get here, you tell Mike and Scott to open that box.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
All right, so we'll end it there. If you guys liked it, we can continue on at some other point, but it's something I always wanted to come back to. I found this thing years ago and never really got to do much with it.
That's a neat system. I like that.
Yeah. So let's talk about leveling up. First of all, your fortitudes will go from a D4 to a D6. You've completed a mission. And I forgot to do this along the way, so I'm going to say whenever you passed a roll with ingenuity, instinct, resolve, etc., you're supposed to mark off the circles every time you successfully do it. When you fill in all 10, that stat goes up by 1 die size. Since I forgot to say that while we were going through, why don't everybody just fill in like 4 circles in all 3? Just, throw that out there. So wherever you are now, add 4 more circles to each one of those.
Okay.
To each or
To each.
Okay.
You guys made a lot of rolls tonight. Figure 4 is fair.
Okay.
okay.
All right.
Will I be able to recover my vitality?
That's it's a slow. So that the first die of recovery is quick patchwork, keep you from bleeding out. Everything else is a slow recovery. So there we go.
Just as a warning, the fortitude and vitality are connected right now.
Yeah, I got to fix that on the sheet.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks for letting me know. What do you guys got? Want to throw out any plugs there?
Defenders of Cobalt Wednesdays, Fridays on Twitch. We do things.
And on Tuesdays and Thursdays on the Defenders of Cobalt YouTube channel, we've got episodes of our Pathfinder game, which we recorded earlier today. So yeah,
There we go.
Mhm.
You got anything, Jake? Brad? Either one of you?
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm going to
Not
throw this
currently.
out. Check out the Kickstarter. Go back it. Some Weird Frontiers goodness. Other than that, check out Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. That has got now 16 years of podcasting goodness and all of our other social links there. So check that out. I guess we'll say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
bye.
See?